Hi guys, Carmen here with Clean Cut Graphics. And I am so excited, the day is finally here and we were able to get a Juliet from SISER. I am so excited and I can't wait. Today's video is going to be about unboxing the Juliet. All right guys, let's get to it. So the box is not heavy at all. It does have a big strong piece of tape here. So we're gonna use scissors. Be very careful. Be very, very careful. And once you rip off that tape, pull the lever back and open up the box. And we are going to open it up. And it has, and on the very top it says, "Welcome to the future of making." Wow, I guess this is like their whole manual. What is this? This is, okay, so in the middle of it, it says power cord. So this is part of the power cord. Or is this the whole power cord? This is the whole power cord. Okay, the power cord. It has a zip tie. Okay, we're gonna scooch that over to the side. Here's the power cord. Next we have power supply. That's what I was looking for. Okay, we're gonna take that one out. Here's that other very important part. And so this part goes connected to this part. There we go. This goes into the wall to the electricity, and this goes into your machine. And what else? Accessories. Oh, cool. Let's see. Okay. This cord is the one that goes from your machine to the laptop. Oh my gosh. It comes with 3 blades. So that's the housing. This is where your blade is going to be going in. And you have 3 blades right there. It's 2 red ones and a blue one. So I believe the 2 red ones are the 45-degree angle and the blue one is the 60-degree angle. So that's pretty cool. All right, and here is the mat. And this one I believe is the matte black color mat. This one is the high-tack mat. All right, this would be perfect for glitter, all your HTV material. There's a couple samples here. This is SISER Easy Weed Black, and this one is SISER Easy Weed White. Nice. 2 samples, perfect for test cuts. We cannot express how important test cuts are, so these would be great for those. Now as you see in here, it's just the machine wrapped up. We are going to go ahead, be very, very careful. Going to see if there's a way, a handle or something for me to hold it when I take it out. I'm gonna take some of this off. Oh, it looks so nice. So nice. Look at this. There's nothing else in the box. I'm going to go ahead and put it down here. And here is the machine. So this is the front of the machine. This is the back of the machine. All right, let's cut this plastic off of the Juliet. I'm just gonna find a little place here. Be very, very, very careful with your scissors. I'm going over very lightly. There we go. careful to not stick it in a place you're not supposed to or scratch it. There we go. Like that. All right, so before we plug it in, I did see Joe from SISER North America say do not turn it on right away because there's a clamp you have to pull and remove the little clamps in there. So it comes with a piece of foam. We're gonna remove that. We're gonna remove this one. And I believe these little white ones here are the ones that we are going to remove. There's a lever in the back. I'm gonna turn this around to show you what I'm talking about. All right, let's turn this around. A little clamp right here, which we take off this foam, open this up, and this is the one that you pull down, which by pulling it down, it brings the clamps up. So this is the one that you pull down. All right, I'm gonna turn around the machine again so that you can see how I am going to remove these clamps. Literally just grab them, pull them out, grab them, pull it out, grab it, pull it out. You will see why it's super important for you to remove these before you plug in your machine or do anything else. Those you will not need, so it's okay to throw those away. Now we're gonna put the clamp back up, and you see this housing here? When you turn it on, it's going to move. That's why it's super important for you to move those clamps before you turn it on. All right, so you got the machine. This is where the blade and all this stuff goes. You got a nice little LED monitor up here. I believe the cool button is that one. It's the one that shows everything. Let's see, let's try to plug this in. In the back here, this is where you will be putting your cord in, right there. And now it's ready to connect to electricity. Let me go and connect it. There is this little plastic here which you will need to remove before inserting it to the wall. All right guys, now that it has been plugged in, let's go ahead and press the on button. All right, so first, oh, that was so cool, first of all. So see why it was super important to remove those white clamps out of the way before turning it on? Because this was right in the middle, and as soon as it started, it moved over to the side. Okay, so super important to first remove the clamps out before you turn it on. First, this turned on, it said Juliet. And once this turned on, which is, you can see right there, once that turned on, then this housing went over to the side. So that was pretty cool. I'm loving this LED. Can you guys see this LED? How cool is that? All right, on your main screen, you have your directional arrows, and the one that goes up and down is to advance and remove your material when you insert it. And the one that goes left and right is to move your blade. So those are those arrows. There's a home button on the bottom left, and there's a button for settings, cut settings, test cut. And if you go to settings, you could set up your Wi-Fi. You will need to enter your Wi-Fi information, password, all that good stuff. And you could also have a camera, So you could also access the camera features there. Also the USB connection, and all your other general settings on here. Your LED light, that's if you want it lighter, or if you want it to dim, or if you want it as bright as you want. We have that there. Or if you just want to turn it off completely, you can. So that's that one. And then cut settings. This is where you have your, we have 3 different tabs. The first tab is for HTV, EasyWeed, brick, holographic, blackboard, glitter, metal, and then you have your PSV, and that would be your starting, your edge, your holographic, your blackboard, pattern plus, your glitter. And then there's a third one, and that is overflow, mostly of the HTV. But you can, there's also a button on the bottom that says rename. So you can always, there's 3 different ones here that are empty that you could always click on it and adjust whatever setting you like, and then you can rename it. After you rename it, you just put save, and you will have the setting for that particular vinyl that you're working with. But that's pretty cool that they have strip flock, twinkle, and sparkle, everything all on here. So those are 3 different tabs for the cut settings. And at the bottom, which is one of my favorite features, they have a test cut button. So from now on, no more worrying about if this is the right setting or not. There's a test cut button right there on the screen, which is amazing, because how many of us have messed up a vinyl, didn't cut deep enough, or went too far, and then we ruined a whole bunch of vinyl. So there's a test cut button right there in front of you, and no more ruining vinyl. Perfectly good vinyl, right? So that is one of the coolest features that I think they have, is that test button, because every time you work with a brand new vinyl, we always say test cut, test cut, test cut. So that is pretty cool. Loving the LED feature. I love it that you could turn it on and off. Now, moving on to the blade. The blade housing is this red aluminum housing, which is pretty cool. The settings for you to adjust your blade are this gold ring and this silver little ring here. So what we are going to do is we are going to remove the blade that it came on. And I believe the red ones are the 45-degree angles, and the blue one is the 60-degree angle. We are going to go ahead and drop it in the aluminum. Now, the silver one brings it up and down, and the gold one is the one that tightens it up in place. Once you do that, the blade will not fall down. Now, it is very important for you to understand where to set the blade. See, there's the blade in there. So we recommend using a credit card, an ID, anything, kind of put it aside next to it, and make sure that the blade does not stick up more than your credit card. So we're gonna try that now. All right, now I have my card, and I am going to put it right there to make sure that the blade does not go over or past my credit card. And it is a little bit, so I am going to bring it down just a notch. Now I'm going to put my card again next to it. Now that I see that it's at a perfect, I'm going to tighten it up. I'm going to tighten it up with the gold one. And now it is ready to be inserted into my machine. All right, guys, now it's time to set our blade in the clamp. So let's move that over just a bit. what you are going to do is this part right here, this little silver one, you are going to loosen it up. Once it's loosened up enough, you are going to be able to put this in there. Now, you don't want this part to sit on top. You're gonna need this part to go right underneath it. So see how it's not quite how it's supposed to be? So you just keep opening this up till this clamp opens. Once this, there we go. See how now it's underneath? You go ahead and you tighten it. If you leave it on top, it will not let you cut the vinyl right. It will be off. So now that that's in there, it's great and it's good to go. All right, let me show you that a little bit closer. All right, now that we are up and close, we will move the housing over. A little bit more. There we go. Now, all we need to do is this little silver, roll it. The clamp loosens up. You are going to put your blade in there. See how it's not sitting right? There we go. Now it's sitting right. Now you tighten this part up. There we go. And that is how you set your blade. All right, guys, and our next feature is cutting vinyl. We are going to do a test cut. And although the machine does come with a very cool mat, you don't necessarily have to use it, especially if you're making, let's say, 20 shirts and you need a lot of stuff cut out. You don't have to use the high-tech mat. So we're going to go ahead and use the little strip here, guidance strip. We're going to put our vinyl. We're going to load it. And we are going to do a test cut. All right, and what I am cutting out today is SISER Easy Weed. Again, I know the settings to SISER Easy Weed, but it is a new machine. It is the first time I cut it with this machine. So what I'm gonna do is always do a test cut. Whether I cut brick or SISER glitter, or SISER holographic, I will always do a test cut before cutting out my image. There we go. Did you guys even hear it? How cool was that? Let's go ahead and take it out. And we have our little test cut here. Let me grab my tool and weed it out for you. All right, now I have my SISER tool. What I am going to do is I'm going to weed out the little square. Wow, that was easy. And the little circle. There we go. And let me show you this right here. Can you guys see that little t-shirt? A little square in the corner. That's my little test cut. I am loving this machine so far. All right, guys, if you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them down below and we will be happy to answer them as soon as we can. In the meantime, I will be having fun enjoying this machine and learning all the cool tricks it has and all the cool stuff I'm gonna be able to do with it. I will be doing more videos on how to use the Juliet with all the SISER products, whether I'll do a video on SISER Easy Weed, one for stretch, one for brick, one for glitter, one for the holographic, you name it. I'm gonna be there testing it out with you guys, all right? So I hope you guys watch out for those videos coming soon. So for now, thank you guys so much for watching today's video on unboxing SISER's Juliet. I hope you guys like it. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for future videos. See you guys next time.